Hello, everybody. Welcome to the weekly live stream. This is, in fact,
Coffee and content.
where we talk all things video, live streaming, and content creation. My name's John Lacey. Thank you so much for joining me. I've got my coffee here. Hopefully, you've got yours handy too, or some other drink. I hope you've had a good week. It's been a very busy week, and I know I say that every single week. I must admit, I don't think human beings are designed to spend as much time in front of the computer as I personally do. So I'm experiencing some back issues at the moment, and I am sort of using my standing desk to stand up to talk to you today. I hope you're doing okay. This week, there's been a lot of news out of YouTube, so I've been really keen to sort of check some of that out. So we're going to talk about some community features. We're going to talk about YouTube Shorts, which is something I'm still wrapping my brain around a little bit. And of course, let's start by seeing if we can get a handle on YouTube handles. So there's a good chance if you've got a YouTube account or a YouTube profile, you've seen some version of this email in recent times. So we're writing to let you know that over the coming weeks, YouTube will be introducing handles to make it easier for members of the community to find and connect with each other. Your handle will be unique to your channel and will be how people mention you in comments, community posts, and more. We're gradually rolling out the ability to choose a handle for all channels over the coming weeks, and you will receive another email and notification in YouTube Studio when you're able to choose yours. In most cases, if you already have a personalized URL for your channel, we've reserved this for you as your handle. If you want a different handle from the one that we've reserved, you can change it. If you don't already have a personalized URL today, you'll be able to choose a handle for your channel. So I was really interested in this, and I must admit, I guess I have a lot of YouTube channels and profiles because I've received this email many times, and I've sort of been madly going over to YouTube to see if I could reserve my handle. I guess the first thing to note is that if you actually check this out, so essentially how this will work, if you don't already have an existing personalized URL, you'll be able to go to youtube.com/ and the @ symbol, and then whatever your handle is called. And we can see an example here. This is just the YouTube support. The one they're referencing here is youtube.com/ @YouTube creators. So this is really cool because up until quite recently, the only way that you could get a customized URL was to have at least 100 subscribers. I've run a whole bunch of different YouTube channels over the years, but the one I've started recently doesn't have nearly that many subscribers, so I was really keen to check this out. So I guess the other thing that kind of jumped out at me was that they are reserving those handles based on existing URLs. So if you already have a URL and you want to use that as your handle, you will be catered for quite well. So it's kind of got me intrigued. I went to youtube.com/ John Lacey just to see if somebody else had snatched it up or what it would actually relate to. And amazingly enough, it actually brought up something, a profile that I had access to, that I wasn't using, didn't have any subscribers, didn't have any videos. And I thought maybe this is the place that I need to really be doubling down on, because that'll be a really good handle for me to literally use my name. So I've sort of been populating this with a little bit of content from the other channel. Obviously, not much in the way of subscribers at the moment, but I thought it might be the way to go moving forward. So I'm still experimenting with that a little bit. But I guess the other thing that was really quite interesting to me was that I uploaded a video, like literally the first video on this channel, and I wanted to add a thumbnail. And that sort of falls under the category of what they call advanced features. So to get the advanced features, I had to sort of confirm my YouTube account with my mobile phone number, which I did, and that was fine. That's great. I've done that many times before with different things. So I literally uploaded this single video, and it just popped up and said, "You've now got access to community features." And I was like, "That's amazing! Like, I don't have access to these community features on any other profile that I've got." And for the life of me, I don't know why it happened here. But again, this is another reason that I'm probably going to just move everything over to here. So if you haven't already experienced this, this is the ability to share sort of non-video content with your YouTube audience. So, we can share things like images, an image poll, a text poll, or a existing YouTube video. You can schedule things in here. This is a really good way of sort of connecting the dots and re- having a touch point with your audience outside of a new video being released. So that in itself was really cool. And for the life of me, I don't know why it's popped up on this particular one. Admittedly, this account has been around for ages, so maybe the age of the account factored in there a little bit. I'm not really sure, but it's really interesting, and I'm sort of eager to check it out. So those were a couple of discoveries that I made during the week. So if you've actually got access to your YouTube handles, I'd love to hear about how you're finding that. But right now, some more coffee. So I should have mentioned also we're going out on LinkedIn Live and YouTube today. So if you're out there in the comments, let me know. I'd love to know where you're coming from and how your week was, and if you're trying out any of these exciting YouTube features. So again, my name's John Lacey, and you're watching
Coffee and content.
the weekly live stream about video, live streaming, and content creation. So I guess the other part of my week has been sort of fascinated with YouTube Shorts. So again, I might I'll just briefly show you Sam Proof's profile. Obviously, I've spoken to Sam on the show previously. He's been experimenting with YouTube Shorts lately, and it sort of got me intrigued enough to want to check it out more. I must admit, I'm a little bit old school. I worry sometimes I might be the grumpy old man of a video, because I really I like horizontal video over vertical video. I like it when people sort of take their time and explain things, not have a lot of jump cuts and talk really really quickly. Although frankly, I used to do that stuff on YouTube 15 years ago, so I totally get where people are coming from. But like I say, I'm older. I've got back pain. Get off my lawn, etc. But that said, vertical video is definitely a theme and a trend. We've obviously seen the rise of TikTok, and of course YouTube Shorts is becoming a thing too. So I guess obviously YouTube Shorts are a vertical video. They can't be longer than 60 seconds. I spent a little bit of time sort of just watching other people's shorts over the week, and some really interesting, really fun things. A lot of multicultural content, and I mean that probably in every sense of the word. Like, there's a lot of meme culture being infused into these YouTube shorts, which was really interesting. There's a lot of things coming from different parts of the world. Not everything I was seeing was in English, which is the only language I really know. So a lot of the time I did find I was sort of, I wasn't really sure what I was watching. So I'd say probably about 40% of the time I was just looking at things without any context whatsoever. So, and I guess, like, I don't know if there's an opportunity to teach the algorithm what things I might be interested in, but there was a lot of fireworks, there were a lot of guns, there were a lot of war scenes, which is not really my thing. But I just thought that was really interesting. I'm probably not going to go all in on vertical video and short form video. But by the same token, I'm sort of really curious to see what I can do with that constraint. So I'm going to make maybe one or two short form videos in that vertical format just to see what it's like, just to see if I can make my points in 60 seconds or less. It'll be a really interesting sort of creative constraint to try and work within. So I think that's really, really interesting. And I just want to check it out. I'm really curious because I know there are people out there that are doing good things with vertical video on TikTok and YouTube and elsewhere. So if you're one of those people, please get in touch. I'd love to hear from you. So I guess one of the other things, obviously YouTube are very keen to promote the idea of shorts. So one of the other things that you can actually do with either your own videos or videos that are sort of set up in such a way, the licensing, there is actually an option in the YouTube video settings that you can allow other people to remix your content. So I just wanted to mention that one as well. So you can actually go into the app on your phone and actually either repurpose your own video content in that vertical format, or you can potentially sort of remix somebody else's content as a reaction. So that was interesting as well. Yeah, I must admit, I did spend a little bit of time playing with the shorts creation tools inside of the YouTube app itself on my phone. I'm not a huge proponent of creating video on my phone. Like I do edit things occasionally in that format, but I do have my own personal setup here at the desk that I prefer to use and my own editing software. But I am sort of really curious to see, what opportunities there are inside of the short term the short form video content. Because I guess for me, a long time ago, I was very deep into the YouTube community, to the extent that when they launched YouTube Australia, I was actually at the launch party in Sydney, at Fox Studios, as it was then known. I think they've been bought out by Disney recently, so they're going through a rebrand. But for the longest time, I made a lot of videos. I had my own channel. I sort of moved away from that for a while, and it's really weird because like almost 19, 20 years later, I'm sort of coming back to YouTube because I really like some of the features. And it is video focused. It's about the content in a way that so many other social media platforms just aren't. Like you can upload video to the other platforms, but they're not really designed for that as the first port of call. So I don't know. I love that. I love the idea of building out tutorials and shorter, 3 to 5 minute video content, using those end screen titles, which are amazing. So you can actually make recommendations about the kind of video that you think someone should watch next. You can send them off to a playlist. You can encourage them to subscribe. There's all kinds of really cool things that are actually built into YouTube. So I'm just really curious to get back into it. So again, you're watching
Coffee and Content.
the weekly live stream about video, live streaming, and content creation. And of course, we do drink a lot of coffee. It's practically a drinking game at this point again, but I'm going to do it one more time. That's some good coffee. I love that. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to share with you this week. So again, it's all been about YouTube. I know I've been talking to you a lot about OBS Studio lately, and I really want to do a lot more of that because I do think it's incredibly powerful software. So we might revisit that soon. Let's just double check in. Let's just if you're not familiar with OBS Studio, let's check this out. OBS Studio is free and open software for video recording and live streaming. OBS Studio is available for Windows, Mac, and Linux. You can download the software from obsproject.com. I can already hear saying, but John, isn't OBS just for kids playing games? Well, no. OBS Studio is just a tool and it's up to you how you want to use it. Do you need to teach something? Do you want to demonstrate the products you sell? Do you want to have a more professional presence on video calls? Do you want to create short feedback videos for members of your team? All this and more is possible with OBS Studio. Let's unpack the three main ways you can use this incredible piece of software. Video recording. While many know OBS Studio primarily as streaming software, you can also record videos to your local computer. You can set up your scenes, hit the start recording button, do your thing, hit stop recording, and you have a video. This could be as simple as a short screen capture or image slideshow, or as elaborate as a keynote presentation. If you're recording to MKV format, simply go to the File menu and select Remux Recordings. Find your original MKV file and export it to an MP4 that's ready to upload to social media, YouTube, or wherever. Video streaming. Obviously, this is what OBS Studio is predominantly known for. You can stream to YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, anywhere that will support a streaming API key, really. Going live can be a great way to connect with your audience and encourage audience participation. With services like Restream and StreamYard, and even with OBS plugins, you can stream to multiple platforms at the same time. Virtual Cam. Some of you, no doubt, spend a lot of time in video meetings, and my heart goes out to you. But for the purposes of this video, I want to direct you to a really cool feature of OBS Studio called Virtual Cam. Install OBS and you'll suddenly have a new webcam option in your settings for tools like Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, and Zoom. You can set up your scene and that's what the other people in the meeting will see. This could be as simple as changing how much space you personally take up in the frame, but it's also a wonderful opportunity to incorporate branding elements such as logos, colors, fonts, and promotional messaging. So there's a little bit of background on what OBS Studio is, and if you want to learn more about that, you can actually head over to my YouTube channel or connect with me on LinkedIn. So at the moment, I've got two channels going on YouTube. So I think moving forward, this probably will be the place to be though. So youtube.com/@John Lacey. And if you want to find me on LinkedIn, just go to johnlacey.com/LinkedIn, and we can have a chat. I'm really curious to hear about the ways people are using video and live streaming specifically for their businesses and charities and things. So if that's you, please get in touch. Thank you for your company today, and thank you for those joining me live, and maybe and also those people that might be watching the recording later. It's been great having your company. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again soon.